Hello Virgo, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Virgo for the month of April. Now Virgo, do keep in mind, this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Virgo, I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, that is not me, that's someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. Please do not get scammed. I also do exclusive content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. Just make sure you use the link in the description below. I only have one Instagram account, and it is linked below. Let's see what we have here for you. Now Virgo, if you watch my content regularly and you have not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. It really helps my channel grow in a big way. Same is true if this is just the first time that you are watching me. All right, let me make sure everything is in view here. We'll get right into it. I think that looks just about good enough to me. Energy on the bottom. Virgo, you have the Chariot card. Very nice energy to find. So the Chariot is all about overcoming some sort of overcoming some sort of external obstacle. You have two cards that are extremely similar and also happen to be next to each other with the Chariot and the Strength card. We'll talk about this and why I think that's so interesting for you. You also have the majority of the cards here are major arcanas for you, Virgo, which is interesting because for the collective in this week, there have been like about half of the readings, there have been a very low number of major arcana, but for you, it's completely opposite. It's a much greater number of majors. And so for me, what that talks about is you may be dealing with obviously like major life themes in your life at this time, going through deep themes here. It's all very good, but I do feel like there is change here. And I think that you are bringing about some change in your life. I think you are the one who is spurring this change on. Especially as you have the Chariot here, you can see that they are sort of driving away from something, and it's this idea that it's this idea that as above, so below is what I meant to say. As you put in self-discipline, you are rewarded, and so this can represent overcoming some sort of external obstacle, and through self-discipline, really achieving a big victory or a big success in your life. So it's a very nice energy to find when you get the Chariot. It's also a card of the Cancerian zodiac sign. And so, yeah, very interesting. Now, taking a look here, right away in the middle, you have this Strength card. So this is number 8, Chariot number 7, Strength card number 8. While the Chariot indicates overcoming external obstacles, the Strength card indicates overcoming internal obstacles. Okay, this is about willpower. You kind of being in a battle against yourself. And really the Strength card says that it would be wise for you, or it would be in your best interest to try to find the courage which is available inside of yourself to work through something. And so this is all about charging forward, having the strength, having the fortitude, having the courage to work through something. And again, this may not be coming from someone outside of you. This may be something that you're having to deal with for yourself. It's overcoming an inner demon, if you will. But it does suggest that you will successfully do that. And so it's a very good card. In fact, this person's so courageous that they are walking next to a lion. And so it's one of those energies of power as well. Strength card not only talks about strength, but it talks about power and having energy in your life. It's the energy of energy. So 2 cards here to start this reading off with a bang, with the Chariot and the Strength card, which are big energies for you at this time. Now, in the beginning of the month, you have the 4 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Fool. So the 4 of Pentacles, especially in this upper row, some of you may be concerned about losing something, okay? You can see that this person's holding on extremely tightly to the Pentacles. They do not want to lose these Pentacles. You can see the expression on their face, kind of a neutral expression. It can say that you may want to, this card can recommend that you take the approach that there will always be more available, because this person is not having that. This person does not have that approach. They feel like they have to hold on to what they have. They have to get what they can, and they're taking what they can get. And the reality is that that is sort of a form of scarcity, in that it doesn't allow room for you to open up to more opportunity. And so just realize that the universe is an infinitely abundant place, and there will always be opportunities here, especially as you have this Hierophant, which represents traditional beliefs. Some of you may come from a household or a family that used phrases like money doesn't grow on trees, or you have to stay in the organization forever, you have to stay at your first job forever. Old school traditional beliefs can sometimes come forward with the Hierophant. And that I feel like for some of you, this is something to do with money here. This could be the big obstacle that you're overcoming at this time. Now, some of you are also, there's this interesting message of marriage as well. The Hierophant can represent a marriage in your life. And you have the Four of Wands as well, which is the other major marriage card here. So that some of you are maybe looking for that. Some of you are maybe having that situation come around with somebody. I'm not clear yet on what the marriage message is here, so I'll be interested to see how we clarify that message in particular. But what I do know is there is something new coming into your life. You have this Fool, which is the start of the hero's journey or the Fool's journey through the major arcana. This is, for me, it's one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful cards to find in the tarot, because it starts off everything in the tarot, and it says that you are about to leap forward without attachments to the past. You are about to leap forward and have some sort of major new beginning. It says, try to, in your best ability, to view the world as if you were a child again. Connect with your inner child when you get the Fool energy. Try not to have attachments to the past. But what I do know for sure is that there are new beginnings here, as you have the Fool, the Strength card, and the Death card in a diagonal. That's change, transition, new beginnings, overcoming obstacles. Big energy. So in the middle of the month, you have the Temperance card, the Strength card, and the World. All major arcanas here in the middle of the month. These are big themes. What's really interesting here is you have 0, the Fool, with the World next to it, right? Number 21, the World. And so this starts the journey, this ends the journey. This is the start of the chapter, this is the end of the chapter. So it's almost like you're starting something and completing it very quickly here. Or you're closing one chapter out and getting a new one, and turning the page and starting a new one here. And so that's huge for you. This could be around something that you have always been trying to work through, something around that Strength card and that Chariot energy, situations progressing in your life. It's almost like there's something that you've always been looking to overcome. This could come for you here with the World. This is completing something. As I said, the World is also Saturn energy, and it says that Saturn rewards you for doing the hard work. So some of you really putting in the effort to help yourself out here, and to be courageous at this time as you go through a big change, as you complete a big cycle. You also have this Temperance energy, which is balance, patience, moderation, healing. This is the energy of Sagittarius, but you can see that this person's balancing out their fire and their water. It says that as you balance something out in your life, a new situation arrives. This can be a card of soulmates, in that when you achieve balance, a soulmate comes in. But the important part is that you do have that patience, you do have that balance, that moderation in your life, and then that's when things will enter. Okay, and so I feel like doing something to maybe heal yourself at this time as you go through these major changes. But I actually just got distracted here because another thing just came into my awareness. You have the Death card and the Temperance card next to each other, so you have situations progressing all over the place here with the 7 into 8, 14, 13, 0, 21, right? Start, end. And so let's dive into this even more. In the future, you have the Death card, 7 of Cups, and the 4 of Wands. So I always like when you get the Temperance card and the Death card together, because the Death card represents a change or a transformation happening in your life. It does not need to be scary. It does not need to be challenging. It just means that something is transforming for the better, or for better or for worse, something is transforming in your life. The thing is, the Temperance card is necessary to come after the Death card, because it says that a situation is turning around. After you go through change, the Temperance energy comes in to heal you through the change. And so it's a very good combination to find, especially as they are next to each other. You have the 7 of Cups, which can indicate overwhelming situations or overwhelming feelings in your life. It can also say that you have a lot of choice, and this could be why you're overwhelmed. And it can say that perhaps your energy is a little bit spread too thin. And so there's something around balance here with the temperance energy as well coming in and overcoming a situation. Finally, you have this Four of Wands. You can see the young family in the marriage ceremony. This can also represent marriage. Some of you may be trying to decide on if that's something you want or something along those lines. This could also represent foundations and achievements as well as new starts in your life. Let's go ahead and clarify this situation even more and see what we get here for you, Virgo. Wow, this is one of the strongest readings I've had in a long time, and it's extremely clear. We have all these progressions happening all over the place in this reading. So you have Shapeshifter, Transform, and Unveil Your Gifts, as well as Medicine Mother, Honor Your Inner Knowing. So yeah, I mean, the big transformation happening for you. Trust your gut at this time with that Medicine Mother energy. You also have Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times, as well as Mirror Guardian, take time to reflect. So there is a big energy of change and transformation here, okay? Transform, unveil your gifts, trust your talents in changing times. You have this new beginning, this completion, this transformation with the Death card. Something big happening. It's like I'm not immediately clear what it is. I think for some of you, it's moving through or moving away from old school beliefs. For others of you, whatever the cycle is that you're completing, I feel like many of you are going through that at this time. You're going through cycles of completion. You have communicate clearly and big happy changes. Love to see that. And then you have in the near future as well as compromise. Okay, so got to give something up to get something else here with the scales energy. And take the good with the good, or the good with the bad, or whatever that phrase is. And, I do feel like at the end of this, there's going to be some level of happiness here. Four of Wands, I mean, for many people, their marriage day or their wedding day is the happiest day of their life, right? And so whether or not it's marriage for you or something else, there is a big happy change coming in. All right, let's get to the clarifications because I am extremely interested to see what you have here. So you have the Four of Swords. So you have 4/4 energy. You have Knight of Wands and the Hanged Man. So take a look here. 12, 13, 14. Okay? Progression after progression. The Hanged Man says something's got to give. It's also like basically the halfway point of the major arcana. So you have the start of the major arcana with the Fool, the midpoint, and then the end. So beginning, middle, and ends of your story, Virgo. What an interesting reading. But it says that it might be best for you to work through any level of resistance. Again, I can't tell you what's best for you, and I can't tell you what to do, but this is what the cards are saying. You also here have the Knight of Wands with the Hierophant moving away. So, okay, the thing is, the Knight of Wands can represent going on a grand adventure, changing your zip code, changing your postcode, moving to a new house, a new location. It does suggest, like I said, a change of zip, right? Like not just something that is like the next door down, but it's like a big change happening in your life. And you have that here with the Hierophant. So for some of you, like embracing a change in maybe a traditional belief. I feel like some of you are getting inspired. Some of you are not wanting monotony. And I get the sense that some of you are not conforming to something that to some sort of long held belief that you've had. You have the Four of Swords here as well, which is telling you to rest, recover, and recuperate. It could also say you're healing from heartbreak. But, with the fours are about stability. Actually, you have three fours, 4, 4, 4. You may want to take a look at that angel number. But, the Temperance card, the Four of Swords, there's this energy of healing. There's this energy of harmony, of balance. Let's see what else we have. You have the Seven of Cups, the Justice card, wow, and the Two of Wands. Sometimes you get these readings where I am like, whoa. Synchronicity after synchronicity here. Look at the scales, right? You have the scales here. You have the scales on this compromise card. And then you have this energy of balance, which can also be with the Temperance card under here, which can also be implied with this Justice energy, okay? And so there's equilibrium at play here. There's balance. And isn't this interesting? 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay? And so like something here is happening in a slow, it's almost like you're slowly creeping up to something. Okay, there's like an advancement in your life happening at this time. You have the Two of Wands, which is about a choice between two options, between two wands, between two paths, preparing for a journey, preparing for the journey ahead. It says do the research and the planning now, and as you do that, you will be given the victory of the Three of Wands. So setting yourself up for success. And then you have the Seven of Cups twice. The Seven of Cups says that potentially you are overwhelmed. Like I said, it could also mean that you just have a lot of like choices at hand, as I've already said, but the thing is, it's balanced with these energies of balance, of healing, of harmony. And so I think some of you are looking to reduce the chaos or looking to work through some chaos. Trust your talents in changing times, okay? Let's see what else we have here. You have the Nine of Wands, you have the Empress, and the Nine of Pentacles. All right, so I love that ending for you here. The Nine of Wands, person's preparing for battle, just like the Two of Wands is preparing for travel. This is the last card before you get to the Ten of Wands, right? And so it says that you're basically there. You're basically at the finish line. Do not resist, okay? You have this energy of the Hanged Man, resistance. You have this energy of the Nine of Wands, resistance, and it's with the Death card. You cannot resist change, okay? None of us are immortal, right? And so I'm not talking about literal death and dying. I'm talking about how we as a human, we always go through transformation, right? The version of yourself that exists right now is not immortal, okay? You will be a different person tomorrow. You will be a different person 10 years from now. And so do not try to resist this. You have the Empress, which is a big energy of abundance in your life. It's all about resourcefulness, having the resources, the materials that you need at hand to make something happen. And then the Nine of Pentacles is also a major card of abundance, financial independence, and again, having something here that potentially provides for you. As you see the pentacles growing on the tree, you have the Six of Swords. You're going through a rite of passage. Okay, you're going through a big transition in your life. This is an amazing reading. Let's see what else we have here. Let's pull some additional messages. Okay, so you have community, privileged lady, poverty, despair, imprisonment, and change. This is about you resisting, okay? Look, car's ready, bags are packed. Bags are packed, car's ready to go, moving out of this apartment in the background, okay? There's change coming. And I think in order to set yourself up for that situation, you want to work through any sort of resistance that's happening. As you have the despair card, you have imprisonment. These are not about you literally going to prison. This card is about you being trapped in a situation, being trapped in a scenario, but you have an out. Okay, you have an out. And letting go of the resistance here with the Hanged Man, the Nine of Wands, the Death card, embracing the transformation, embracing the change. And yeah, this could be absolutely you moving away from like a family unit or a traditional community or something like that. Like some of you are trying to figure out what it is that you want to be doing right now as you have some sort of newfound understanding in your life. So incredibly deep reading. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. Take care, and I'll see you in the next reading.